Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So listen, you guys, the Mommy Club, the episode is out. Bang data, sometimes they release the episode on Monday, sometimes they release it on Tuesday. So episode 8 is out of the Mommy Club. And remember last time that I reviewed the show, I actually didn't review the scene of the dinner, okay? At Ratile. Ratile is having a pre-birthday celebration with the ladies. She's invited all of the ladies, which I think, especially if the cast is not like a big number, it's only like a few mummies. Even if you have an issue with somebody, just invite them. So she invited everybody. Happy is there, Nonorai, Mrs. Mobs, Ujabu. Guys, how is Jabu Jabulile? But he doesn't speak Zulu. I was wondering, do you know what jabulile means? Akasikhuluma isiZulu jabulile. And then Sande, I guess Sande is her husband's name maybe. And then anyway, guys, and then there is Mrs. Mops is there, no Zippo is there, and it's Tina. So if all of the mummies are there, you guys. But they were supposed to come with their husbands. And I did say the last time, no husband is coming. At best, you are going to get Mrs. Sande's husband, because Mrs. Sande is the only one that doesn't yet understand that the husbands don't come around. It's a thing for the mummies, okay? The husbands don't come around, so she ends up being the only one that brings a husband. We know Mrs. Mob's husband is hidden somewhere. We're not supposed to see him. Nunurai said, my husband is busy, but I don't. Oh, no. She didn't say the husband is busy. She said, my husband, I'm not comfortable with these ladies yet to bring my husband around. Okay? Because I don't trust you. And then we all know Nozipo's husband is busy, guys. Very busy. Ukwenza ube busy, you know. Especially if ulobola ube unomunye unkosikazi ngalana, you know, left, right. Your left hand and your right hand konke kubhizi. So I knew he was not gonna make an appearance. But it would have been nice, you guys, because I thought he was going to do that on the show. Remember at the beginning when they were going to, whose event was it? Right at the beginning of the season, and she showed up and she said her husband got her the car and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, so they're going to play this very supportive husband thing. It would have been, yes, this show would have been an opportunity for him to also show, if he was showing up for sins, you know, because it would have been an opportunity for him maybe to convince us to know, listen, you guys, yes, I am wanting to take a second wife, but I still love my wife very much. I still love Nozipo very much. I will support her in all her endeavors. And one of those is her doing this show, and I'm going to be there and support her. And it really would have been nice for her to show up at that party and hang out with those weird husbands, okay? Because I was like, you know what? Maybe they should start a show called The Weird Husbands of the Mommy Club, because there's just something weird about the husbands of the Mommy Club. Something off with the husbands of the Mommy Club. So I thought Uguti Nozipo's husband, he could have used the opportunity to just show us, you still love your wife, okay? Okay, so it's just a matter of you wanting the second wife, okay? Then there's a decision Nozipo needs to make. So at this point, it does feel like, do you even still love your wife? Do you even still love your family? Do you even still want to be around? Because it looks like you're not showing up over here. Your wife is doing a reality show. There's not even a scene where you're at the kitchen and she's making you a sandwich, and you making her a sandwich, and she's pouring drinks, and you just talk for like 5 minutes. Nothing, you know? So yes, you guys. So obviously he doesn't show up. And I do feel like you guys, Nozipo must have been going through a lot during the season, because she disappears a lot. Not disappear physically, disappear, but she will be there, but you will forget that Nozipo is part of the cast, because she doesn't participate in conversations. And I think that's what the other women also said, that she disappears while she's there. So yes, you guys. So Mrs. Sande came with her husband. Husband Mrs. Sande. But I was like, Mrs. Sande, guys. And I understand those are very expensive clothes. And I think with abantu abanemali, sometimes they just wear something just because, you know, it's this brand that is very, very expensive. But listen, I would have put my husband on a black suit. Simple black suit. Okay, simple black fitted suit. and we would have gone to the event, guys. Nothing looks better than a man in a black suit. Okay? Normal shoes, no kick boboza. Okay, let's do that. Go cut your hair in Bongol Baba. If it's a cut, don't do too much. Don't do the lines and the what, like the Nigerians cut their hair. You know, indoda must be simple, Buffett. You know, indoda must be simple. Put Vaseline on your face, black suits, black shirts too, or maybe white shirts, maybe. Okay. Forget about the gold. Even if it's a theme. Yeah, when the theme was black and gold, then keep your husband all black. Okay, just the black shirt, the black suits, the black shoes. Husband, guys, there is no guy out there that will not look cute on on a really nicely fitted, black suit. I was like, what did Mrs. Sande allow that? Why would you allow your husband to leave the house to be zailing like that? But guys, maybe my husband would be able to afford that suit, so maybe that's why I'm saying I would say just wear a black suit. Go to Woolworths and get a black suit, okay? If you can't go to any special store, okay, they have very nice suits, and then took it to, there we go to the event. Yeah, when sometimes they complicate life. Yeah, guys, but I was feeling like, yo, then obviously Ratile's husband was there because it's at their house. So, they've invited everybody. And you guys, listen, I do like, because yes, Ratile and her husband are going through some things, but I do like the fact that, okay, there's visitors, they're celebrating a birthday, he is trying to be there, he was there, because it would be weird. It's a birthday party, he's not there, because we would be thinking he's with a side chick. That's what we would be thinking, he's with a side chick. So it was nice that he was there, you guys, but it always feels like something is off. He did a speech, and he was shaking a little bit, and I was like, oh, definitely the cameras. And also, I don't think that they really hang out with everybody, the husbands. So it's a new people, it's the cameras, it's everything. And also, Pela, the side chick, he knows what the side chick is watching. She's going to ask him, what's matter? What decided when's on a speech chick? Didn't you say you're getting a divorce now? So in the speech at this woman's birthday, So I understand why he was shaking during the speech, you guys. So only the two husbands ended up being there. There were two other friends that Ratile had invited. One friend was the friend that came. I think they were doing Ishisanyama at the car wash kind of a situation. You remember the car wash where they don't the car wash where they don't wash cars last season. That friend who's also who was also a friend to Ratile, but it looks like it's one of those friends who are also your frenemy. Yeah, that kind of a situation. Now, the biggest issue at hand is, let me look at the time. Oh, we do have time. Let's see how far we go. So the issue at hand is there's this group, guys. It's my class. Every time a message pops up, I'm stressed because I know that I'm not up to date with my schoolwork. I want to silence it, okay, and look at it when I want to. So the issue at hand is Barbara, because Barbara, everybody thought Barbara had quit. No, didn't quit, was fired. Well, okay. Other people thought Barbara had quit because that's what Ratile had said. But then other people thought Barbara had been fired because that's what Barbara had told Happy and Shalom. And Happy had taken that information, told it to Mrs. Mobs. So people know Barbara is not around. So they get there. And Barbara is there, they're serving the people, everything, you guys. Listen, I don't know how Barbara worked it out within herself to be okay with going back. And it does make me feel like, okay, did Barbara lie to us? Did she lie about, getting fired? Was she the one that really quit? Did she lie about being accused of possibly stealing a wallet? I don't know, you guys, because I just don't understand how she's back. But somebody in the comment section did say, guys, you don't understand. When you're desperate for a job, especially with people that came to South Africa to look for jobs, because she's not South African. I think she's from Zimbabwe. She came to South Africa. And then you lose the job that you got. It's going to take time for you to get another job. So even though your ex-employer might not be the best employer, but you are going to go back to work just because you need a job. Maybe that's a thing with Barbara. Now I was like, I wonder if they can tell. These stories of nannies and maids. You leave for work. They during the day they call their. It's that today is the day. They come with a big truck, they laisha everything, they're gone. So you never know when you bring somebody back like that. Go to, oh, is she back because she really needed a job? She missed the kids because that's what Barbara is saying. She missed the kids, or is she coming back to be like, yo, time for revenge? Okay, so I don't know, you guys. So now, okay, listen, you guys, this is one dinner or lunch where people, for the most part, were getting along. They were even like good laughs, where they were just laughing at each other, with each other. It was nice, you guys, for the most part. At some point, Ratile and calls Happy aside, and I feel like Ratile wanted to pay revenge to Happy, because remember, when they were at the trip, Happy did ask her in front of everybody about the rumors on social media about the side chick and the possible baby and all of that. And when they are having that dinner or lunch, I don't know what it is, but it was at night. Yeah, I guess it's dinner. There had been that video of Happy trending on social media where she was busy doing inappropriate things with a man while her daughter was around. In fact, the daughter was the one that looked like she was taking the footage because they were live on social media, on Instagram. So now, you guys, I feel like Ratile wanted to pay revenge to Happy by asking her about that situation. So you're going to ask me about things that are going on social media. When it comes to me, let me ask you about it too. But she wasn't brave enough to do it in front of everybody. So she decided to call Happy aside. And I was like, you're not even friends with Happy like that, So this is so obvious that it's about you asking. But these are the lies that Happy tells while explaining the situation that happened with that video. She says her and her daughter were called to do a video. They were booked to do a video. So that scene right there was a scene at the club. So she was acting when she was busy grinding on that man in front of her daughter. And then she says the daughter was not in the room while she was grinding, even though in the video we see her daughter do like this with the phone. But she says the daughter was not in the room and the video was leaked. And I'm like, how was the video leaked when you were live? You were live. People saw it on live. They recorded it. So that's why I say it's the lies. It's the lies, the lies, the lies. In Candy Peruse's voice, it's the lies. Okay? Anyway, you guys, I guess I still had to take that, okay? And then Happy asked her about Barbara. So Barbara is back. What's happening with there? And Ratile is like, listen, remember, Ratile doesn't know Uguti Barbara has spilled the beans. Uguti Barbara uvele wachitha ubhontshisi, wachitha umbila, wachitha yonke into to everybody else. So she doesn't know. They're still maintaining the lie Uguti Barbara quit to do the curtains. Now she's back. She says she couldn't cope with the new nanny/maid. And I saw Loa Sisi. It was like she's very timid. And I was like, oh, and getting someone new, you guys. Oh, like I know when I get someone to take care of Sipo, when I have to change people, I go through such emotions. I'm so emotional around that time because it's hard to find someone you can trust. So she said they had a struggle, with the new person. So then she decided to call Barbara, and the kids really miss her and they really love her. So they decided to come back. She's like, you know what? Do you trust her though? And Ratile in the diary says, I think Happy is asking if I trust her because she's feeling like, somebody that has left and come back, can I trust her? And maybe that's why she's asking if I can trust her. She says no, she can trust her, but to Happy is like, be careful, okay? Be careful with her. And Ratila is like, yeah, no, I will, but I have a very soft spot for her. Ratila doesn't say anything wrong because she doesn't know that Barbara was messy, okay? Anyway, guys, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes when Ratile actually finds out what Barbara does. I hope she protects Barbara somehow, because at least Barbara sacrificed and came back to take care of your kids. But I don't know, you guys. There is a lack of trust now in their relationship. And when you have that with somebody that is taking care of your most special thing, which is your child, maybe it's time to just let it go. Anyway, they go back to the table, because the others, at some point, like while Ratile and no Happy were talking, even though sometimes the voices would be raised and then they will go down. They were not really fighting, but there were moments in their conversation where the voices would be raised, so the others would be wondering, are they fighting? Oh no, they're not fighting, they're okay with each other, So they come back to the table, and Happy is taking off her top, and it's written Chasing Cloud, which is what Ratile used to say about Happy last season. And obviously everybody's thinking Happy's being shady, wearing that t-shirt that says Chasing Cloud. She says, listen, I'm not chasing cloud, I'm not chasing cloud, okay, because I am here, everybody else is here. All of that nonsense. I'm like, okay, Happy, we get you, okay. Now, Mrs. Sande, you guys, all of a sudden decides to participate on this show. In episode 8, she decides to wake up. She's like, oh, I'm part of the show. By the way, I got paid to do the show. Let me participate. She decides to ask Happy, when they are back now at the table, are you guys okay with each other? They say they're okay, but then she asks again, okay? And Happy is getting irritated with Mrs. Sande, because she's like, girl, like, leave us alone. Why are you asking me these questions? Mr. Sande says something that, sometimes, I always say, when it comes to men, guys, they are missing screws. But now and then you find a woman that has a missing screw. Because when Happy is saying to Mr. Sande, what is this all about? Why are you asking us about that? Can you just leave us alone? So it's like, you know what? Maybe she doesn't like me in the direct session. It's like, you know what? Maybe Happy doesn't like me because I'm dressed nicer. I'm educated. I am matured. Like a grown-up guy says, that one doesn't like me because I'm educated. I'm like, where does education come in the Mommy Club, okay? Remind them, girls. Remind them of your degree, They must know, But the thing of, because I'm dressed nice, I never understand that about women, okay? She's jealous because I'm beautiful. Do you know how hard it is to find a woman that is not beautiful in this planet? Mangat Puma bring back one woman that is not beautiful. So I never understand the argument. You say, it's because I'm beautiful. Yeah, we all are. It's like saying, you know what? They hate me because I'm a human being. Like, at least you're a human being. And you're not a dog or something. I don't understand that argument. It's just like it's. And then you say, I'm beautiful. I'm dressed nicely. I'm matured. I'm like, It doesn't add up. If you think people hate you because you're beautiful, you are definitely not matured. Okay? It cannot be. It cannot mix. So she lost me there. I'm like, and she's saying it in the direct session, you guys, not with everybody. When you're everybody, sometimes you can be caught up and you don't have the right words to use because it's the pressure of everybody. She's in the direct session relaxed, where she's asked the question and she responds, and that's how she responds. Like, I'm dressed nice, I'm educated, I'm matured, I carry myself like. Jackie Pamata is also over there telling people that she's educated. I'm like, yeah, you are educated and on house arrest. Don't you just wish that if we were educated, like some of the things will not happen to us? I'm like, yes. She was there. She's like, at least I'm educated. Irregardless, I am educated. I'm like, you are educated and on house arrest. Sometimes our education doesn't help us much, okay? But at least it did help her to write the many, many books she wrote, okay? By the way, I love Jackie, but I thought it was ridiculous that she was saying that. Anyway, you guys, So Happy ends up explaining, listen, me and Ratile, on my side, I think that we are okay. I think Ratile and Happy are always just going to shade each other, but I do think that it's not that deep. I think that Happy was hurt last season when Ratile was brought by her to the group and turned against her, called her a cloud chaser. And I think that also Happy was hurt that Ratile had said that whether Happy lives or dies, it doesn't change the hard slice of bread. Like, guys, I mean, you're not going to be friends with somebody that doesn't really care if you live or die. So in a way, I do understand Happy saying, listen, I'm okay, but it's not like we besties, okay? Now, you guys, here's the thing. I do feel like, of course, their relationship is far from getting fixed to Happy, not Ratile, because Ratile is still to find out that Happy spoke to Barbara behind her back, because if they were trying to build a friendship immediately after speaking to Barbara, Happy should have gone back to Ratile and say, Aibo, this is what Barbara is going around saying. So these nannies over here think you fired her because you had accused her of stealing a wallet. That is if they were really like genuinely trying to build a friendship, but I don't think that is the case. So I do feel like even now, even if they make an effort, it's not going to go anywhere, because Ratile is going to watch the show. At the reunion, they'll be fighting about it. So you really went as far as call my ex-nanny and brought her to your house so that you can get some tea, because there were no curtains that she needed to help. She was lying. She just wanted to get the tea, okay? So anyway, they end up talking about the video. Got happy. She's explaining the same thing. We were booked. What are the lies? Okay, we were booked. It was a club scene. My daughter was not there. No, Rai says in the diary, said, listen, nobody leaked the video. Okay, whatever we saw on the video is what happened, because we were seeing it happen. What Happy needs to do is to take accountability for what happened. Whatever it is that is happening after the video was released is the consequences of her actions. She needs to take accountability. And I was like, this is why I love Nunurai. This is why I love Nunurai. I feel like that, you guys. I feel like maybe she was drunk at the club, did that in front of her daughter. It shouldn't have happened. But the thing of it was a video. Which song was that? What artist was that was shooting a video that wanted Happy and her daughter at a club, and then they wanted Happy to do some grinding on a man while her daughter was like, I don't believe that. So now they get to talk about the fact that when that whole thing was taking place, when the video was, now people were seeing what Happy was doing online. Now in the comment section, there were people that were asking why Titi is not at school. You know, people had revealed Titi is not at school. We're talking high school here, guys. Don't be thinking people were talking about university. People were talking high school. They were saying she dropped out. Other people were saying that she was suspended from school and wada. There was a time where Titi apparently had posted pictures that she was going to the matric dance. People were saying that matric dance was not her matric dance. She was somebody's date. That child has not finished school. So what is she doing at a club with a girl? And the whole thing had started because when that thing happened, it was around the exam time for matrics. So people had assumed, because Titi is at an age where she could have been doing matric, people had assumed that she's writing exams. So people started asking the school thing. People were answering, that child doesn't go to school, because when she went to school, she got suspended. Whatever. There was just a lot of things in the comment section. So then Nunurai asked, so what's happening with her in school? And then Happy continues with the lie. Okay, she says, okay, remember, I'm under the impression that Titi is supposed to be in high school, grade 11, 12, something like that. Okay, not university, we're not talking university, we're not talking college, we're talking school. Okay, the basic education that all of us are supposed to make sure that our kids get. Whether they go to university or whatever, that's an option for them. Okay, in other households it's not, but actually, you know, the government just requires you to get them to grade 12, and then, you know, then after that they can see, you know, they can go and turn to be a security if they want. It's their life after that, you know, or they can just decide they're starting a business. It's their life after that. But the basic education they have to get. Okay, so now she says that my daughter goes to school. This is what she says. She says my daughter goes to school. She's got an account. I'm like, what account? In high school they have accounts. She's got a student number. I'm like, your private schools, do they have student numbers? My kids go to public schools, guys. Do they have student numbers? She has a student numbers. I pay school fees every month. She has a report. I'm like, I was hoping also Happy was going to convince me. In fact, I would have even bought it if she said, listen, yeah, my child was at school, but we went through some stuff. And because she got suspended from school, this is our plan now. This is what she's going to do, you know. And it's not something that I like. I would have loved for her to be at school, but this is a situation right now. But she's saying, no, she is at school. She has a student number. She has an account. I pay every month. And I'm like, she has a report. You know, I was like, something is off with this story. So I'm not sure, you guys. Is she going to school? You know, that means she's at varsity, because I thought student numbers are only issued at varsity, but get private schools, maybe they issue student numbers and accounts. You know, what's an account for? She didn't do a good job at convincing us that her daughter is at school. That's what I'm saying about that situation. And I wanted her to convince me that her daughter is at school. Anyway, you guys, she ends up saying to Nozipho, who had disappeared, Jana, in that crowd. We had forgotten that there's somebody called Nozipho in a cast. She said, Coco's mom, why aren't you say something? Did Coco say anything about Titi not going to school? Nozipho's like, listen, I don't know. Coco hasn't said anything about, that is in the diary session. I don't know. Coco hasn't said anything about Titi not going to school. So she just says, no, she hasn't said anything, you know. So later on, Happy was not happy that Nozipho didn't defend her, but Nozipho is like, but I don't know, because we never talked about that with my daughter. So I don't know whether Titi is at school or not. I guess she just assumed that Titi is at school. But for some reason, Happy felt like she would have loved it for Nozipho to have defended her. Sorry, you guys, I'm shooting with my phone. That's what the battery is. So she would have loved it if Nozipho made some effort to defend her, I guess. Okay. And I don't understand it, you guys. How would Nozipho know for sure that your daughter is at school if you hadn't spoken about it? And especially if your daughter also didn't share that with Ukoko, but she really thought Nozipho should have defended her, you guys. Then she goes into this thinking of swearing, because she says, listen, I don't care what people say. I don't care what the blogs write on their blogs. F them, F their family. So she says, F them, F their family, F their village, F their doctor, F everything, okay? And I think she was just upset. But that message was more for bloggers, okay? I'm not, what did we say? Because, you know, we just took the video and played it, okay? But I think mostly because that thing was reported on Mapepandaba. And I thought she was friends with Mapepandaba because I've seen her having an interaction with them, and I thought, you know, it's her friends, you know. And then later on, you guys, the dancer, I think the part was really nice, you guys. Oh, anyway, at the end, and then Ununura is like, after she explained everything, she's like, girl, no, we hear you. Your dreams are valid. And I thought it was so funny because that's the name of Happy's book. She was like, your dreams are valid, girl. We hear you. After the event, and everybody laughed. And it's good, you guys, to see them have like fun moments on the show because we don't see them a lot. And then it was like Mrs. Mops and Happy, they took each other aside after the dancing. And I was like, they were really relaxed, you guys. They even taken their shoes off. Mrs. Mops, I was like, they really are having fun at this party. So they go aside just to talk. And they were talking about Mrs. Sande. So what is it with Mrs. Sande now wanting to know what's happening with you and Ratile? And Happy is convinced that maybe it's because Ratile had spoken to her about Happy. And she doesn't understand how now they were taking each other aside to talk. And that's why she wanted to know what was happening. But she doesn't, like, they didn't understand why she was insisting, because I think she asked like twice, are you guys okay? Have you fixed things? And they were not understanding that, you guys. Then it was the husband's speech, you guys. Nice speech. Okay, I've been with you for 10 years. I've seen you grown, whatever. Then Ratile at the end was pretending as if now she's like, oh my God. I was like, it's like I fell in love with him all over again. Would you marry me again? I'm like, everything just seemed fake. I think if Rasina can just be real and just be herself, stop trying to convince us that you are happy in your marriage. Be happy in your marriage, because then we're going to relate to that better. Like, it feels like she's acting happy in her marriage instead of just us seeing her in her marriage and being like, wow, they're really nice. For an example, with Unozipo, yes, she's going through some stuff now, but if you go to her YouTube channel, Unozipo, and look at the videos that they will take with their husband, it will feel like they used to be happy. Well, there are red flags here and there that I will never talk about, because people don't want you to talk about that couple. People don't want it to be real when it comes to that couple. I realized on the videos that I did, but I watched their videos, and there was things that I picked out, and I was like, there were red flags here. They were flying high, but we leave the couple alone since it's your favorite couple. But there are videos that they took together that you will see this was a happy family. It didn't feel like they're acting happy. So sometimes you just have to be, and people have to see you be happy in your relationship, instead of just be trying to, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. I'm like, just marry me again. I'm like, we know you don't feel like that, girl, because you wouldn't have gone to the police station to take that protection order, allegedly. So yeah, but the husband was nice and was nice to the guest. Okay, so it's not that bad, because it's really bad when somebody doesn't even like your friends and they don't want them around. So that, you guys, happened, and he did a nice speech, you guys. I thought the speech was nice and positive. The next thing we saw the nannies hanging out, because Shalom, the other one is what? Is it Maybelline? The other nanny, and Barbara. They're just finding out, Barbara, how are you back at work with the woman that did that to you? Accused you of doing that, fired you from work. You spent 2 or 3 months without a job, with them not caring. You even took each other to the police station, to the CCMA. They paid you the money, all of that. Now you are back. Shalom was like, I will sleep under the bridge before I go back to that job. But I did feel like it's easy for her to say, because she has a nice job with a nice voice there by Happy. But it's another thing for Barbara, because maybe she did try to find other employment and she didn't. Okay. She says, yeah, she went back because she was feeling sorry for the kids. Shalom made a good point, you guys. She made a good point, because she was like, when last did you see your kids? She's like, I go home every year. She's like, so you go home once a year. So you can manage to see your kids once a year and you don't feel sorry for them. But these kids, you left them for 2 months and you're feeling sorry for them. Those are not your kids. Yeah, that's a good point, you guys, because obviously they're not at home and they only see their kids. I'm sure maybe they do FaceTime and stuff, but for them to be with their kids, if they are going home once a year, then they're only seeing their kids once a year. So the fact that they're able to stay with somebody else's kids and love them and take care of them, it's a lot, okay? And it should actually be appreciated, because I'm like, that's exactly what they're doing. Because Shalom is like, if you can stay the whole year without missing your own kids and feeling like you can't live without them because they're back at home, you could definitely do without these kids that you had only left for 2 months. And I thought that's a good point. Anyway, you guys, we saw Mrs. Sande do a rhinoplasty. It's amazing, you guys, because I've seen these doctors that do like sort of like cosmetic surgeries, and I've been looking at the doctor and thinking, even herself, she has some wrinkles. And not this particular doctor, but I've seen doctors that have wrinkles, but they're doing things on their patients to make sure that the patients don't have wrinkles. And I was like, doesn't that mean something significant? Why is the doctor not doing it if it's safe? And they say it's a rhinoplasty. They put a needle in your nose so it changes the shape of your nose. And I'm looking at that doctor's nose, and she has a very black, flat nose, if you know what I mean. I'm like, why is this doctor not doing the rhinoplasty? If rhinoplasty really is a good idea, why is she not doing it? I'm always trying to, that thing always gets to me, you guys. You were seeing a doctor with a flat bum doing BBLs. I'm like, why don't you do the BBL if it's so safe? You like your flat bum? And then I'll be like, your bum is looking a little bit too flat for somebody that's doing BBLs. But they'll be doing BBLs on people, but they're having flat bums. I'm like, a doctor will not have any breasts, but they're doing, guys, Just look at her with her big, nice black nose, not touching it, okay? And she's touching yours. And the nigga, guys, goes here. A nigga. Because she says she's I'm like, hey, girl, I hope you get it, because that nigga looked very, very painful. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I think I'll finish this later on because I'm running out of time. But anyway, this episode I liked. I think my favorite thing about this episode was the fact that they seemed to get along. I like the fact that they had laughter in between, you guys. They really were able to get along. In some places they were able to make jokes about things that were not really jokes, but they laughed about it. I did like, you guys, that even though, of course, Ratile is going through some things with her husband, I did like the fact that her husband was there and showed up for her and pretended to be in love and all of that, because that's what a husband is supposed to do when your friends come around, okay? Don't make it too obvious that we're going through some things here in this house. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. But yo, Omieniga Sande, waze wasweka, shine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before you're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Cool.